The Lions are making headlines, and Amon-Ra St. Brown, as always, is at the center of attention. But this time, it's not just about what he does on the field. In an unexpected moment on his own podcast, he was caught off guard by a teammate in a way no one saw coming. On top of that, St. Brown also had something to say about the coaching staff changes that could impact Detroit's future. And if you think that's already big news, wait until you find out what's happening with the Lions' defense. Don't miss any details. Hit the like button now. Amon-Ra St. Brown is back in the spotlight, and this time it's not just for his performance on the field. The Lions' wide receiver, known for both his explosive play and standout personality, became a hot topic after a hilarious and slightly chaotic moment on his own podcast. And of course, when St. Brown speaks, the NFL listens. During the latest episode of the St. Brown podcast, his teammate Craig Reynolds decided to call him a fraud in front of everyone. Yes, out of nowhere. But hold on. Before Lions fans panic, it was all in good fun. Craig joked that Amon-Ra only invited him on the podcast because rapper Big Sean canceled at the last minute. "Man, you called me 2 hours ago because Big Sean couldn't make it," Reynolds quipped as everyone laughed. The chemistry between the two was evident when they revealed a surprising detail about the start of their friendship. They couldn't stand each other. Reynolds admitted that when he met St. Brown in 2021, he thought he was arrogant and even made fun of his silver hair. "I was like, man, this guy thinks he's all that. I figured by the end of the season I could outshine him," the running back confessed. St. Brown also admitted he didn't like Reynolds at first. But everything changed after a loss to the Broncos that year when they finally connected. While their back and forth provided plenty of laughs, St. Brown also used the episode to address a more serious topic: the departure of offensive coordinator Ben Johnson and other key coaches. He acknowledged the changes but remained confident in the team. "Let's be real. Players make the plays, right?" the WR said, showing he isn't worried about the coaching staff overhaul. Johnson was a crucial piece of Detroit's explosive offense, and his move to take over the Washington Commanders was a major blow. Along with him, tight ends coach Steve Hyden left for the Jets, and wide receivers coach Antoine Randall joined the Chicago Bears. Even so, St. Brown doesn't seem fazed. And with good reason, he just signed a 4-year, $120 million extension, ensuring he remains the face of the offense at least until 2028. At the end of the day, Amon-Ra St. Brown made his stance clear. Coaches come and go, but talent wins games. And talent is something he and the Lions have in abundance. Now, with 2025 on the horizon, Detroit will have to prove it can keep rising, no matter who's calling the plays. So, Lions fans, what do you think? Is St. Brown right not to worry about the changes, or is he being too optimistic? Drop your thoughts in the comments. But hold on, because the Lions defense may have just found a safety duo that could dominate the NFL for years to come. The Lions may have found a safety duo that could rule the league for years. After moving Brian Branch to the position alongside Kirby Joseph, Detroit has turned its secondary into a fortress. Joseph shined so brightly that he was named first-team All-Pro, something a Lions safety hadn't achieved since 1962. The guy led the NFL in interceptions, 9, and tied for first among safeties in passes defended, 12. Since entering the league in 2022, no one has picked off more passes than him, 17, and he joined an elite group by recording at least 4 interceptions in each of his first 3 seasons, a feat only Ed Reed had accomplished since 2002. Branch has also proven to be a versatile monster. In his second season, he racked up 109 tackles, 16 pass breakups, 8 tackles for loss, 4 interceptions, and even a sack. By the end of the year, he even returned to playing nickel when needed. He simply does it all. His 12 forced incompletions were the best among NFL safeties, according to PFF, and his ability to move between roles without losing impact makes him a nightmare for opposing offenses. The chemistry between Joseph and Branch led to 6 interceptions inside the end zone and helped Detroit keep the passing game under control. Additionally, the Lions' defense allowed just 1,804 yards after the catch, the 7th best mark in the league. The team's defensive scheme favors aggressive safeties who can read quarterbacks and attack the ball, and these two fit that mold perfectly. With Kelvin Shepard taking over as defensive coordinator, that mentality isn't likely to change. But not everything was perfect. Ifeatu Melifonwu had another rough year, dealing with ankle and finger injuries that limited him to just 4 games. He has the talent, size, and ability to be a playmaker, but his availability remains a problem. And while Joseph and Branch were spectacular, Detroit still allowed 62 passes of 20-plus yards, the second worst mark in the NFL, trailing only Jacksonville. Even so, the Lions were one of the best blitzing defenses, especially when sending safeties into the backfield. Against Detroit's pressure, opposing QBs had a passer rating of just 80.3, the 4th lowest in the league, while throwing 6 touchdowns, suffering 4 interceptions, and getting sacked 14 times. Now, the offseason brings some big decisions. Melifonwu is set to become a free agent, and although he's expressed a desire to stay in Detroit, his injury history could lead the Lions to explore other options. Plus, Kirby Joseph is entering the final year of his rookie contract, and the team must decide whether to open the checkbook to secure his long-term future. The draft could also be a way to strengthen the position. If Detroit wants a young, versatile safety, names like Jahdae Barron, Texas, Malachi Starks, Georgia, and Xavier Watts, Notre Dame, could be interesting options. Barron, in particular, has already been compared to Branch by NFL Network analyst Daniel Jeremiah. General Manager Brad Holmes has acknowledged that an extension for Joseph is on the radar, but talks have yet to begin. The fact is, Joseph fits perfectly into the Lions' identity. He's a natural ball hawk who also delivers hard hits and tackles. In a team building something special, losing a piece like him would be a mistake. The Lions are assembling something special, but questions remain. The secondary has shown immense potential, but is that enough to push Detroit to the top? What would you do if you were in the front office? Drop your thoughts in the comments and subscribe so you don't miss any updates on your team.